Right, Putin strikes, or why did I say that? I don't even own Putin strikes yet. Putin moves south, struggle for the Eurasian heartland, which I'm really, really liking. Here we get a view of the edge of the Russian edge of the map. Here's a CRT. There's a duplicate one on the other side for the coalition. Right here you can see a lot of you can see about half of the Russian staging area. So these are all your air and SF and missile units. All right. First, Russian equipment card. The five of spades, multiple rocket launcher, the BM-27. Large truck mounted. 220 millimeter main weapon. Wow. Range 35 kilometers. 35 kilometers right there. BM-27. Wonder how many they have operational in their inventory right now, in their order of battle. All right, I'm going to talk about the Trans-Siberian Railroad first. That is this, there's a rail, so here's normal rail markings. It's the normal hashed line here and here and here. But here on the edge of the map, you have right here, off the hex grid, you have this rail symbol going all along here, and it goes right, let's see, about 2 hexes to my left, 2 hexes to the east. So 2 hexes off the camera, it drops down onto the map. So obviously it looks like it's for quick lateral moving of units. Basically you can move them from the Volga River area and Astrakhan on the Caspian Sea. You can move troops from this region all the way over to, this is Kurgan. Kurgan is right here. This unit, garrison unit, is in the city of Kurgan. Yeah, just a city. It's not even a military base, just a city. And well, yeah, this zone here, this zone right here. All right, Trans-Siberian Railroad. It's a sub case or a special kind of unit movement. I never started with the general movement, so let me start with the general movement, then we'll go to Trans-Siberian Railroad. Movement actions allow the movement of 1 or more units per action. So this is going to be the Russian action. The Russians right now have 13 action points. That's on their action point track on the side of the map here. It's the second game turn, by the way. Movement actions allow. A move is just that. But unlike most war games, you cannot conduct an attack during a movement action. There's no limit on the number of movement actions you can conduct over the course of a turn's action phase if you have the action points. That is what led me to believe that sure enough, units are not done just by having taken an action. Okay. Any given unit may be used to conduct any number of movement actions during each action phase, but by expending action points. All right, Trans-Siberian Railroad. The Russian player may use a railroad movement action to move Russian Confederation units. Again, Russian Confederation units. So does that mean that the Iranian units could use this? Because Russian Confederation is a side. There are 2 sides in the game: Russian Confederation and the Coalition. The Russian Confederation includes Russian forces as well as all countries aligned with Russia. Okay. And again, I've talked about this before in this game, but I have Russia, or Russia has, the Russian Confederation is Russia, Kazakhstan, no longer Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan is now Coalition. But, where is it? There it is, Uzbekistan. And then Iran. So Russia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, and Iran. That's the Russian Confederation in this game. So I guess the other contingents of the Russian Confederation can use the Trans-Siberian Railroad. Via the Trans-Siberian Railroad, conduct the action in accordance with what? In accordance of, okay, determine unit movement allowance, except units must start its movement in a railroad hex on the north map edge. No die roll is required. Move the units an unlimited number of hexes along the Trans-Siberian Railroad, then back onto the map. Units must end its move in a railroad hex on a north map edge hex. The hex may not contain an enemy unit. Doesn't say anything about Zocs though. So I guess Zocs are not included, not an issue. Note, no other movement may be made along the Trans-Siberian Railroad. Units must end their movement on the map. They cannot remain off map. Okay. Unlimited number, then back onto the map. That's funny. Well, it's not funny, but there are these little cross arrows right here. There's 1, 2. Oh, okay. The cross arrows are where railroads come back onto the map. But oh, there it goes. Units must end its move in a railroad hex on a north map edge hex. And you start on a railroad hex on the map. Okay, so it is. It's not that you can come off anywhere here. You have to go from rail hex. Let me see if I can do an example on map. Yeah. Of course, there's not an example on map. Okay, well, yeah, you have to leave via rail and come back on via rail. Okay. Well, I thought I was going to use Trans-Siberian Rail movement, but I'm not going to do that now. Nope. But, so I talked about it, though. Now let's talk a little bit about Russian strategy. Russian Confederation strategy, I should say. So the Russian Federation lost Kyrgyzstan. The question is, do I respond to that PRC corps that is on the border now, on the Kazakh-Kyrgyz border? And now I'm thinking, well, see, the at issue is that I've lost, as the Russian player, I've lost a major base. And because I lost a major base, that means that I also lost an action point per turn, because you count the major bases under your control and add that to your dice roll for total action points. I don't think it's realistic to try to take that. Well, it's not really the city, it's the major base. Take that major base back. So I'm thinking maybe I get ready to, or try to, attack and take a major base from the coalition. And is there one available? Is there one that could be taken back? I see some minor bases. Minor base. There's a major base. Dushanbe, Tajikistan. Could I get in there? Well, actually, yeah. So one idea is to get a complex unit, or complex terrain capable unit down there, and try to take Dushanbe. That's actually enticing. I've got one complex unit capable unit down here. How can I get another one? Do I buy one? Oh, by reinforcement action. That's what I'll do.